You wake up in level exclamation point of the backrooms. Your eyes open against a cold, scratched linoleum floor that reeks of stale disinfectant and metal. The light that cuts through the hallway isn't sunlight, nor is it the glow of any normal lamp. It's a pulsing strobe of red, flashing with the rhythm of a heart in fibrillation. Before your mind can even assemble a thought, an alarm explodes inside your skull. A fire alarm, shrill and merciless, hammering your bones from the inside. You try to sit up, your legs falter. Ahead of you, the corridor stretches endlessly, beige walls faded into decay, exit signs dangling from the ceiling every 10 meters, doors set into the corners every 3, all locked, all sealed. Standing takes every ounce of will. But the moment your feet hit the ground and you take your first step, the mechanism ignites. The alarm sharpens, and far behind, footsteps begin to multiply. At first, they're only vibrations, a faint pounding, distant thunder. Then the sound blossoms into a chorus, dozens, hundreds, maybe thousands of feet striking in unison. You glance back, and for a fleeting second, you swear you see them. Silhouettes, faces from half-remembered nightmares, entities from every floor of the backrooms, rushing together as a single tide, screaming forward with hunger. There's no time to process. The name of this level is not a metaphor. It's a command. Run for your life. You run. The hallway, long in your peripheral vision, stretches endlessly under your feet. The map says it spans 10 kilometers, and you can feel that distance already gnawing at your lungs. Obstacles rise like deliberate traps. Overturned desks blocking the path, stacks of chairs toppled in heaps, metal lockers strewn like barricades, support columns slicing across the floor, staircases rising into nowhere, boxes piled like jagged teeth. At one point, a rusted hospital bed lies sideways, barring nearly the whole corridor, as if abandoned in a desperate rush. You slide under a desk, scramble past chair legs, claw yourself through a gap, and burst forward before the echoes behind you change pitch. The entities do not tire. They mirror your effort. The faster you run, the faster they follow. The slower you move, the more their weight presses in. It is not raw speed that damns you, but endurance. Your lungs burn. Your throat scratches dry. Your chest begs you to stop. But here, stopping is suicide. Time in this place is treacherous. Seconds stretch into minutes. Minutes collapse into hours, all blurred into an endless, agonized present. Scattered along the corridor, left carelessly in the chaos, are scraps of salvation. Bottles of almond water, dented energy bars half crushed in torn wrappers, cans of soda that fizz when cracked open. You grab what you can, swallow fast, and feel adrenaline surge like a borrowed heartbeat. It keeps you moving for a little longer, long enough to vault another barrier, dodge another wall. Sometimes you find tools to slow the swarm. Chairs shoved into their path, tables tipped over to stall them for the blink of an eye, tangled wires that catch their legs. Seconds are all they buy, and seconds here are everything. The exits along the way are lies. Doors swing open only to reveal sterile, empty rooms, blank walls, white floors, no windows, no continuation. Entering one is a death sentence. Turning back is impossible. The hallway twists, curves, and folds itself into illusions. Those who wander into a false exit do not come back. You've heard the story of Noah, a soldier of the MEG, who thought he found the way out early, but the room he entered was nothing but silence and a locked door. By the time he realized, the horde had already closed in. So you learn fast. The true exit lies only at the end. No detours, no shortcuts. Memories flicker in your mind as you run, rumors about how people arrive here. Some say it begins at level 521, where a wooden table etched with nothing but an exclamation mark will drop you here if you knuckle beneath it. Others whisper of level 354, the false hospital, where you wake in an ambulance with paramedics, only to be wheeled into a silent facility of endless corridors. When a medic pushing your stretcher reveals his faceless form, the alarm ignites, the lights flare red, and you are already in the hall. Some stumble here from the gravel paths of level 7,191, chased by the forest ranger. Others slip through level 2020, arriving in this corridor stripped of all supplies, naked to the pursuit. However you enter, once you escape, you never return. Or so the survivors claim. The hallway has its own rhythm. At times, the pounding of footsteps behind you grows unbearably loud, a roar pressing at your neck, forcing you to sprint harder than you thought possible. At other times, the world falls into a deceptive hush, as if the horde has vanished. That silence is worse than the noise, for it tricks you into slowing. Ahead, another exit sign flashes in peeling paint. Your heart screams at you to stop, but your instincts know better. It's a lie. At the 10th kilometer, or whenever your body believes you've crossed it, the end begins to show itself. Not clearly, but as a thinning, a distortion in the corridor's sameness. Rare rumors say 2 of the 3,000 locked doors may, on rare occasions, open. One may lead back to level 7,191. Another, more dangerous still, into the carpenter's room, a supposed gateway to the level creator. Entering that one is a gamble you can only play once, with your only life as the stake. The footsteps close in. You feel breath on your neck, breath that isn't breath, heat that isn't heat. The alarm reaches a frequency that makes your teeth ache. Still, one truth keeps you alive. The creatures move as you do. If you can endure, if you can push past the tearing fire in your chest, if you can seize one more bottle, one more second of borrowed strength, they will not overtake you. And then you see it. The end. Not an ornate door. Not a glowing sign. Just a pale void. A cold frame of light carved into the final wall. It waits without welcome, without promise. Relief floods your veins so violently that your vision shudders. But even this, could be deception. One last curve, one last false promise. You have no choice but to believe. You throw yourself at the door. Metal groans under your weight. Your palms are torn. Your shirt is slick with sweat and blood. Behind you, the thunder of countless feet rises to a scream. For a split second, the world holds its breath. The door gives way. Light spills over you. Not the red strobe of before, but something pale, sterile, almost sickly. You step through, chest heaving, muscles on fire. Behind you, silence swallows the hallway whole. And then, just as you begin to hope, a voice greets you. Not human, not entirely, but familiar enough to make your stomach twist. It murmurs something you don't understand. Something you don't want to understand. The door shuts. You survived. For now. The corridor folds itself somewhere else, waiting for another wanderer careless enough to open the wrong door. The memory of those footsteps, however, does not leave you. It lingers beneath your skin, pulsing with your heartbeat. In level, the rule is absolute, the command eternal. Run.